Greetings, everybody. Good morning. Going to forego the theme song today just because it's going to be a super quick show and it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. It's going to be a super quick one that you have a theme song as normally you tend to use for when it's more of an extended show because it's like, hey, it's only going to be how long? And you get a theme song for the show. So, yeah, but of course, we're rocking the Bolts cap especially after the Bulls news. Yeah. So, yeah, let's bring that into the stream as that's what is on today's show, and hopefully, we're going to see. Yeah, we'll just sort of bring that so it's a little bit bigger so you can see it more. But of course, starting off with my college football playoffs, like I like to call it the TL and DR version just because I tend to I'm just honest. I don't really follow the college football as much as I follow the NFL just because I'm just so invested in fantasy football as that becomes a unpaid full-time job when just after you end up getting Timo and Joel Verone behind the microphone. Of course, when you get several teams, you become the unofficial coach and GM. Yeah, it's crazy. It's fun. It's insane. It's hard as heck. But if it were to be any easier, if it would be any easier, it wouldn't be as fun. That's why I think that I don't like playoff fantasy football because it doesn't feel the same as regular fantasy football. But okay, trying to be quick, trying to be short, yeah, like I am, short like I am. Ha. Of course, just the TLDR version of the college football picks. I don't go into a lot of deep dive mode just because, like I said, I don't listen to all the college football shows. I don't watch all the college football videos. It's fantasy football. This is kind of a sort of a whew, relax and kind of cool down kind of time of year after just all the intensity that you put into fantasy football. But of course, starting off, I'm picking for both games for today's game, tomorrow's game. Not going to do a whole lot of freaking analysis to it, but you tend to look at the numbers like Miami, because Miami, of course, is a 170 favorite, almost a $2 favorite. And I know it's crazy. I know it's crazy. You never know when you're going to see an upset or somebody's going to surprise, but I just think that chalk tends to rule when it comes to these college football playoffs currently. So picking Miami today and for tomorrow, yeah, once again, one almost $2 favorite for Indiana. I'm sorry, Ducks. I'm sorry, Oregon. Yeah, so my TLDR picks Miami and Indiana. Yeah, I know that's it's home teams and chalk. So boring is boring. That's boring. Yeah, but what can I say? And all right, so moving on down the line as we try to stay on script, as we try to stay on point. Not Brandon Point from the Tampa Bay Lightning, but we try to stay on script. Yeah. Story number two. Walls is back. Now he's coming back. Article in the Tampa Bay Times that Bowles met with the Glazers, pitched his case. 3 divisional titles is more than enough justification to come back for another year. It's worth another year. Apparently, the Glazers agreed. Saw a report from Joe Bucks fan that apparently Team Glazer did call Harbaugh's bunch, but apparently did not like the response, whatever that means. So maybe the Bucks, maybe it's the Bucks were the team that called the Dolphins and not the Dolphins, because some people were thinking maybe it was the Fish that called. But yeah, Harbaugh's coming back, and not Harbaugh. Early in the morning. Bowles, yeah. So you're hoping Bowles would be gone. You're hoping for some kind of change in Tampa Bay. Not happening this year. I did a joke post that Todd Bowles is returning to Buccaneers Doomsday in 2026. So yeah, got more traction on Reddit than Facebook. It was practically invisible. Probably because of, how shall we say, without getting into politics, current events. I'm not kind of not surprised. You would have Todd Bowles coming back to Tampa, kind of get absolutely just steamrolled by current events, or we're not getting into that. Prime directive of me and of the podcast. Yeah, so many people out there expressing opinions. It's insane. It's crazy, but doing my absolute damnedest to say a sports ish, other things, quirky, other story, trying to avoid current events. There are enough podcasts, enough videos about that out there. You really want to look. Okay, so, but yeah, so Bowles is back. Three divisions are enough. We'll see what changes, if any, he makes. And if I saw one post to my, that was a reply on Reddit by Buccaneers Tumbles returning to Doomsday, to Buccaneers Doomsday 2026. And somebody actually replied that they think he's going to be fired within 5 games next year. Yeah, I can see that. I can easily see that. And the other part of this story, because I saw all of the, yeah, get rid of Bowles and bring Harbaugh to Tampa, bring Harbaugh, and somebody even got a petition going, sign my petition to bring Harbaugh to Tampa. Come on, folks, come on. Yeah, you looked at the DraftKings Harbaugh next team odds. Buccaneers are like, way the way the bleep down there. You have, it's Giants and Raiders. Giants, Raiders at the top. Giants go to the Dayball vacancy. Raiders to the Pete Carroll vacancy. Then Buccaneers are like the Dolphins. They're way the heck down here. They're like in the others, in the plus 1,000, in the others. So everybody out there who's Harbaugh's coming to Tampa, take the blue pill. Go back to the simulation. He ain't coming to Tampa. We got Bowles. It's another year. Probably gonna be fired mid-season, kind of like Dayball was, kind of like Callahan was. Like, I can see that coming. If the Buccaneers have an early slide, which you could see, because Baker's hurt, everything. Baker has every freaking thing hurt this year. Everything. How's he going to recover from that in time to get back to 100% next season? So, yeah. So, yeah. Story number 2. Yeah. Bowles is back. Bowles is back. And, yeah. Sponsored by Suck It Up Buttercup Records. Said by. Me a buttercup. Okay, but yeah, so, yeah. And yeah, this popped up. Yeah. Okay, Trey Young. I'm like, who's he? Oh, okay. Basketball player, formerly Hawks, now traded to the Wizards. Don't care because, yeah, you look at the standings. Both teams bottom. Hawks on the bottom. Wizards even way down there. You're going, how is that better? How is that when you go from, you're already at the bottom, and now you're going to even more at the bottom? How is that beneficial? Maybe less pressure, I guess. Less pressure. You're going the team that sucks even more than the team that you're on now. There's less pressure to perform. right? I mean, I did a quick search. I was like, okay, so when were the Wizards last relevant in the NBA? That's the first question that popped in my head. Or so okay, it's going from Hawks to the Wizards. I'm like 2017, John Wall. I'm like, holy Flurkin Schmidt, that's bad. And the final story, oh boy, this one has definitely been popping up on my social media feeds. I'm not going to read the posts from his girlfriend, wife. I'm not going to show the pictures. Definitely disturbing, but it looks like the fourth and final story. There are four stories. There are four lights. Fourth and final story for today's quick good morning as you have your coffee or other sources of caffeine. Podcast, it looks like Rishi Rice may be heading for another spin on the wheel of discipline as this story that has been slowly building over the past couple of days all of a sudden goes from social media to legal to some kind of settlement or sentence. And Rishi Rice, who got 6 games this year, definitely hurt the Chiefs big time because if he had been there for those 6 games, might have had a different story. Chiefs might have been going to the playoffs. Might I say, might. But yeah, just very, very disturbing situation. You look at the post and you're going, oh boy, this he's going to be suspended again for next season 6 games, maybe more, maybe more. He just is. So just a quick podcast, but wrapping up. Bolts off, of course, till Saturday, so they sort of get to rest up. Hell of a game against the Colorado Avalanche. Thought that was going to go to overtime. Bolts slammed the door in the third period. We might have a team. We might have a team here in Tampa Bay this year in hockey land. Not sure about football. Yeah, when we're gonna have a team again. But yeah, but picking, of course, Miami tonight, Indiana tomorrow are my picks for the college football playoffs. And for interesting picks that I was looking at the odds. I think for the NBA, I think Minnesota looks interesting. That could also be a competitive game, and that will be, of course, at 8 p.m. Tonight. I believe it's Minnesota and Cleveland, LeBron's former team. Then the other one, of course, in hockey, yeah, definitely. I'm taking a look at Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh because they're going up against the Devils, and even though Pittsburgh is just $1.15 favorites, yeah, you saw how absolutely gobsmacked the Devils got by the Islanders. So yeah, maybe they're not going to lose quite as much as yeah to the Devils, but I think Pittsburgh has a decent shot at winning today. So yeah, so that's the show. Keeping it actually tight when I say short, and holy crap, yeah, he didn't do the theme song. He didn't do the theme song, but it was actually a short. There we go, because we're getting back to where I am, which tab I am. So, what tab am I? There's the tab that I am. But yeah, so definitely, and as we'll take that away, definitely kind of a quiet news cycle. Yeah, Bowles is back. Trey Young, going from bad to worse. I don't know. That benefits the team more than it does the player. Going from bad to worse. You're going from you have not much of a chance to snowball's chance, basically. So yeah, and of course, Miami and Indiana are my picks for the CFP. You just got to go chalk. Got to go home. Got to go chalk. That's just the way CFP playoffs feel this year, at least last round, at least in the quarterfinals. And yeah, and oh boy, of course, the big story. Big story other than Bulls coming back, whether you like it or you don't. Probably you don't like it. Rasheed Rice. Oh boy, got a sitch, and I think Mr. Rice is going to be suspended again next year, at least 6 flipping games, because this looks way worse than the whole drag race thing. Oh yeah, it's yeah, it's just not a good time. Not a good time in Kansas City. Didn't make the playoffs, and your superstar wideout looks like he's going to be suspended again. And final thought is, at least in Tampa, we have these guys. Not really sure about the Rays this year, who, of course, didn't make the playoffs last season. It's a foregone conclusion the freaking Dodgers were going to win it again anyway. All you have to do is pay 2 players $1 billion, and hey, you get yourself a World Series. But yeah, at least we got the Bolts. Bulls is back, but we got the Bolts. So you take the good, you take the bad. I think that was a theme song. Wasn't that a theme song? Yeah, that was a theme song. What? Before I sing it, I will end the program before I go into the facts of the theme song that I know you don't want to hear right now. Hope you have a fantastic Thursday, whether your picks work out or they just become no pickings. And I'm Joel Verlin.